Hello and welcome to all of you amazing Virgos, sun, moon, and rising out there. This is a pick a card reading just for you. So let's just get right to it and begin to center your energy and allow one of these three piles to draw you in. And as soon as you make a selection, head over to the timestamp listed below, and I'll see you there. Hello to all of you lovely Pile A Virgos out there. We're just going to get right into it and see what it is that you have to hear whenever it is that you come across this reading. Okay, so we have the Six of Wands, which is also the Tower, the Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Eight of Cups, which I believe is also the moon in this pile, in this deck, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so far what I'm feeling here for you, pile A, is something very overwhelming has happened, and more than likely this came into place at your work. Okay, so I think that maybe with the Eight of Cups over there may have been a big blow up at work. Okay, you may have gotten so flustered to the point where you had to literally walk out and leave your job up and out of nowhere. Okay, even you were a little bit caught off guard with this situation. It could be that you were possibly fired, but I don't see that as much because this is the Six of Wands. I feel like maybe you quit unexpectedly. I think that you were maybe planning on quitting for a while and you were already fed up and sick of this current job. You did not like the environment. You did not like the attention you were getting. You did not like the treatment you were getting. There was something about it that was very off-putting and negative and toxic. I feel like you were very overwhelmed. You may even had gone home just completely flustered and stressed and carried over the energy of a bad work day into your home life. Okay, so I do see that it had affected you so much emotionally that you could no longer deal with this job. So for a long time you were already kind of figuring a way to get out of this current job situation. However, there may have been a big argument or a big upheaval, a big shocking moment, which may have just given you the green light to go ahead and find the exit. And many may have not been okay with it. They may have not been pleased with your choice or your decision, but it feels like this is something where the ego in someone that you worked with was literally at its peak, and it triggered you to the point where you can no longer take it. Okay, it feels like somebody just stepped out of line, crossed a boundary, and you literally erupted, blew up, and just said enough is enough and had to walk out. Okay, but I think that this is something that you had been wanting to do for a very long time. Okay, let me pull some. I was going to pull some more tarot, but I want to see what's going on here. So I'm going to pull some oracle that I had already pre-shuffled. We have, ooh, look at this. Look at this. We have not the right time, communicate clearly, and meditation brings answers. So maybe something about being unprepared about this was a little bit shocking. So maybe instead of being able to give 2-week notice so that you're able to then have enough funds until you go into a new job is making you feel a little bit stressed out, okay? With communicate clearly, again, there was some sort of miscommunication. There was something that kind of was blown out of proportion, an argument, a discussion, okay? An incident, maybe somebody passive aggressively said something that rubbed you the wrong way, okay? Maybe something that you said had triggered somewhere else, or excuse me, had triggered someone else and made them react in a way that made you feel like I am not going to be treated this way or spoken to in this manner, okay? And not the right time. I feel like you are feeling fearful and afraid that maybe things that happened in this current moment are not supposed to happen just quite yet. It might mess up your plans. Things may fall out of line, or not out of line, but things may fall out of place that you were trying to align or put together before you did make your exit, okay? But I don't think that you should fear here, okay? Pile A, I think that your mental stability, or your mental clarity, your peace of mind, your emotional stability, I think that those are things that are very important, especially with the Five of Cups and the Eight of Cups over there. We do have 2 8s, so, and the Six of Wands. So I know that parting ways with this toxic environment is actually going to be something very healthy for you. And though it may be a little bit rocky to get yourself into a new place or another position that is going to be more suited to you, and that's not going to make you feel overwhelmed or emotionally unstable, where you are actually going to be treated with respect, I think it's worth going through this little struggle, okay? It's not going to be super easy, of course not. Now, if you are in a position where you are already kind of had one foot out the door and we're already looking into other options, and maybe even had already done some interviews, maybe you had already been chosen for a job and you were going to do your 2 weeks, and then you were like, you know what, screw it, I'm not giving you 2 weeks, that is it, I am out. Okay, then this is actually exactly how things were meant to fall into place for you, okay? It is definitely whatever this situation was that occurred that kind of threw everything off, it was definitely not the right place and not the right time to be saying the things that were said, okay? And I think that with meditation brings answers, and the Five of Cups over there, I think it's time to start to bring your self-confidence, your self-assurance, your self back into the best version of you. It's time to rebuild from the inside out. And I'm saying from the inside out because the Five of Cups is a very challenging energy to go through when you are followed by the Eight of Cups. When you are walking away from a very heavy situation, not overnight are you going to feel better, okay? You may still feel the anxiety, you may still feel the pressure, the stress, the depression, the big impact may still be there, okay? You may still be triggered by this dramatic situation or circumstance, okay? And it will take time for you to be able to, I don't want to say grieve, but for lack of a better word, grieve the situation, but more of I don't want to say healing either, but I do feel like for you to get over this and for you to get it out of your system, there is going to have to do a lot of, there is going to have to be a lot of internal work that has to be done, okay? So now let's pull the tarot, which I'm already liking what I'm seeing with the Empress, the Nine of Pentacles, wow, and the Lovers. Yeah, absolutely. Look at this. And again, I already pre-shuffled these cards. So having the Empress underneath the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Wands with not the right time, I think that, again, somebody kind of tried to initiate or trigger you, and it was not the right time. It was just not the time and place to do that to you, and it made you feel more in a place where you were forced to just kind of exit, to leave, to call it quits, okay? It just was out of line. And it put you in a place of power to walk out, not only in the situation where, yes, you were seen as somebody who took the initiative to get out of a very unstable situation, work, environment, whatever it may be. But again, with the Nine of Pentacles, this is something that you need so that you can go into a better place in your life, especially when we're going from the Eight of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles, which is actual financial consistency and stability, okay? Again, it's going to be a little bit challenging with the Lovers at the end over there. There is going to have to be a choice to be made. There is going to be a big decision for you to make in regards to what to do next, or as far as this new job, you know, stepping out and into a new job. It can be exciting at first, but once you get to know the people, once you get to know the job itself, then of course it always comes with some sort of something that you may not be so stoked about, right? That's literally with any situation. It's always, you know, the honeymoon phase with everything, and then eventually reality sinks in and you begin to realize what's going on. So I think there's going to be a little bit of that happening. But it's something that you are more than well prepared for, okay, Pile A? I feel like you are someone who likes to plan ahead. You probably already had a plan B, to be honest with you, with the Empress here. If this were to happen, like I said, you already had one foot out the door, one foot in, one foot out. So there's something that was already intentionally going to happen regardless. So I feel like now you are in a place or in a position to gain all the power that you require to be able to then place yourself in the right situation, or for things to fall in line for the better for you, okay? So we have free yourself, look at that, and very soon. Yes, exactly. So you had to free yourself from a very negative situation, and very soon you're going to come into a much better, more calming, suitable environment, a place where people aren't going to disrespect you, where people are going to pay you your worth, treat you with respect. You know, it seems like somebody just went on a power trip, and even if it wasn't somebody above you, even if it was somebody who has the same job title as you, or if that's not even the case, if it's somebody in your work environment that is not above you enough to have a say in your work or how things are done in your workplace, it feels like somebody was on a power trip and they literally crossed the line, okay? They either tried to do something very petty, or they tried to throw you under the bus for something that was completely untrue. They tried to call you out and put you on blast. Something along the lines where it was so over the top and unnecessary, it made you realize that it was definitely the right time to break out of this particular place and step away from this person, okay? And you already saw this happening at one point pretty soon in the near future, okay? You already saw this coming. You were very aware of it. So again, I would not be surprised if you had a plan B already in line. And even if it is not literally happening as we speak, you are such a smart and diligent person that you are gonna be savvy enough to figure out what to do next, especially with meditation brings answers, or meditation to connect with angels. You know, I feel like, again, you are very savvy. I feel like you're a very wise person. You definitely are very organized, and you're super strategic here, okay, Pile A? So I don't think there's much for you to worry about, okay? Let's see what else we have here. Let's see what else we have here. Any more messages for my Pile A Virgos? Let's see what else we got. I mostly want to pull letters for you. I don't know why. Oh, and this fell out back here, so I'm going to take it. All right, so we have the dragonfly, which always never fails that the dragonfly just falls out whenever I pull meditation brings answers, because again, it's letting you know that you are very well connected to your spirit guides, your higher self. You're very connected to your intuition, and maybe even someone who has crossed over is connected to you as well, and they are guiding you and protecting you and are giving you the support that they can to make you feel like you are definitely not alone. And I feel like you're very aware of how protected you are as well. Okay. So as far as the letters that we have here, we have, I'm going to bring the A here just for one of these is a W. There's no way we have two M's. Okay, so we have DAENHPUMNW. So before I go into seeing what comes through with the letters, we do have the astronaut, which is also all about breaking free. Okay, it really resonates with that energy. The astronaut is the traveler. They're the adventurous person who is willing to go the furthest lengths to do the unordinary, okay, the extraordinary. And they're also always kind of, they're a space cadet. They're literally always roaming the stars and trying to explore and discover and walk on the the places that are less traveled, right? The places unknown to mankind. So I feel like that is you. You are someone who is willing to explore your options and see what else is out there and not allow anything to hold you back. It's also a sign of being very unique and original, which with Uranus here makes absolute sense. Of course, Uranus here is also that unexpected energy. So yes, we had this big upheaval with the Tower moment, and Uranus, it was very unexpected. It was very shocking. But I feel like it was also a long time coming, right? I'm in my mind visualizing a dam wall and the pressure of the water starting to grow cracks in the wall of the dam, which can cause a leak, which can then eventually cause the wall to burst once that crack goes all the way through and starts to carry over into the rest of the wall. And then out of nowhere, it'll burst and create this huge fall of water that'll just go everywhere and create a big, big mess, right? So I feel like that's kind of what happened in this situation. We also have the moon, which is a very emotional thing that you're going through, especially with the Five of Cups and the Eight of Cups, okay? Also lots to do with secrecy and trying to center your emotions, okay, and ground yourself and kind of recover. I feel like you need to really recover after this very unnecessary, trying time, okay, this very unneeded situation or argument, this very unneeded drama, okay. I think that it's time to honor your feelings. You are allowed, again, like I mentioned earlier, these emotions, they don't go away overnight. You're going to carry this anxiety or this stress or this pressure of the situation. You may even replay it in your mind over and over again, everything that was said and done and what you wish you could have said instead, or what you wish you would have, they would have done different, whatever it may be. You're kind of replaying it in your mind over and over again, trying to justify or satisfy whatever it was that happened. But with the dragonfly and the moon there, it's letting me know that at night, especially at night, you are going to purge out these emotions. It can be either through your dreams, where you start to have very intense and crazy dreams and you wake up and you're like, what is going on? When you have those really sketch dreams, they can be a form of purging whatever it was that you had happen through the day, your emotions and all of that. And some people can feel restless after a week of crazy dreams, not necessarily nightmares, but dreams that are just so far-fetched that you just wonder why they're happening. It could also be a form of purging whatever had happened during the day to you, as well as maybe even crying from being so overwhelmed, not necessarily because you're depressed, but you're just very overwhelmed with what had happened, or maybe even furious and angry, okay? But again, you're very protected, you're very safe, and you definitely have those in the 5D realm who are with you, even in the hardest times, okay? So for the letters, I see the name Adam, okay? I see Adam here. I'm seeing Damien. I'm also seeing the name Paul. We're just missing the L. I'm seeing meh, like you're just meh. I'm seeing meh, M-E-H. So you're just kind of like almost numb about the situation or just over it or just like whatever, whatever. I'm also seeing the word whatever here with the W, H-A, and the E, whatever. Nope. I'm also getting the word nope with the N and the P and the E. We're just missing the O. Nope. So no, you just weren't having it. You just weren't having it. Okay. Pun. So I think somebody was trying to make you the pun of the joke, and the joke turned out to be on them, right? Because you ended up just completely maybe even blowing up on them or defending yourself, okay? And mean, I'm also seeing the word mean. Somebody was just straight up mean, okay? Somebody just straight up tried to really test your limits, okay? They were just being straight up mean. I'm also seeing the word pudding. Maybe you're eating pudding right now. I don't know. But also Hudson. I'm seeing the name Hudson with the H-U and the D. What else am I seeing? I'm also seeing down with the W, the DW, and the N. We're just missing the O. So yeah, feeling down, feeling low, feeling a little bit restless, feeling a little bit defeated, but not quite. I mean, you shouldn't, but again, you do have to purge the energy that you carried during this entire situation. Because you don't want to hold it in too long because it'll carry over into your new environment or situation, and we don't want cycles to repeat themselves. So centering yourself again with those meditations, maybe at night, if you're not feeling too great and feeling emotional and almost like you could cry, I would definitely recommend meditating. I'm also seeing the word meditating here with MED and the N. And the A, so I'm seeing meditation or meditating. Maybe you work in the medical field. I know that that can be a very trying and difficult field to work in. Dealing with narcissistic doctors or even managers. You know, I know that the medical field in any aspect of all sorts, whether it's cosmetic med spas or whether it's the hospital or a dental office or a plastic surgeon, all of those medical fields, they can be very toxic environments to work in, not necessarily just because of difficult patients or what can happen between the relationship and of the patient, but also in all of the positions of that field. It's really hard to find a very nice energy where people aren't filled with ego and narcissism. Okay, I'm being honest. This is a field where you would think that people actually care about their patients, but the truth is that they care more about getting as much as they can from the insurances and making sure that the doctors are still driving a Mercedes and not a Toyota. You know, they don't really care about anything other than whatever is going to feed their pocket and not the patient. So I can understand where the toxicity can lie in a medical field, as well as people having a power trip because they feel like they run the office, or they may be very close to management or the owner or even the doctor themselves. Whatever it may be, it can be very trying and difficult. Okay, I'm also seeing nurse with the N and the U. Okay, nurse. And I'm also getting a hospital with the P and the H. And the A, yeah. So definitely like medical field is what I'm seeing here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, maybe like ER with the E, okay. Um, yeah, maybe even dentist with the D, E, and the N, okay, or dental. Um, yeah, even maybe the word patient is here as well with the P and the A, and then of course the E and N, we're just missing the T and the I. Um, Yeah, I'm even seeing the word human. Like you want to be treated like a human, right? And you want people to be treated like human beings, right? Not just like another dollar sign walking through the door, right? Um, yeah, that's ew, ew. Also, ew. I'm getting that with the W, okay? Um, what else am I getting? Petty. I'm also getting the word petty. Somebody just, again, trying to be petty or prove that you're unworthy or trying to talk you down or hurt you in any kind of way. Okay. So now I'm just going to get some final messages. We're going to roll some dice for final messages, and I'm going to do these quickly. I'm so sorry. I don't want to rush, but my camera is literally about to die. Look at this 6 and 6. Or I'm sorry, 3 and 3, but they equal 6. And I'm just like in shock because we have the 6 of Wands below. So absolutely yes, pile A. You are going to be literally placed in a position where you not only have options, okay, because 3, it looks like there may be options. Also, third party with the number 3 here, so interference, you know, other people getting involved in a situation and it turning out to be not so good, okay? But with the 3 and the 3 on either side, I feel like you're going into a place where things are going to be a lot more balanced, where you're going to be a little more respected, okay? Where you may be treated and even get a pay increase, okay? We have 3 and 3. 3 is also a very creative number, and it also has to do with expansion, excuse me. And then we have the Empress, which is also card number 3. So it could be in 3 weeks or 3 days that you may be starting this new job. Okay, I'm also getting new. So with the N, E, and the W. So yeah, you may be starting a new job soon. Okay, you may be certainly looking into starting new, starting fresh, starting over. And maybe even working for yourself with the Empress here, okay? But yeah, there's definitely going to be expansion and growth, especially with the 9 of Pentacles that we had pulled out for you earlier, okay? 3 may also be a number of significance for you. Also the number 6. Somebody could literally be the age of 33. What else here? Maybe the 3rd of the month or the 6th of the month could be a very significant number as well. Or I'm sorry, a significant date as well. Okay. But I'm definitely seeing that in about 6 months, your life is going to be in a more stable place and you're going to definitely have more consistency and stability and even a pay increase. So I think there may be in this new position that you get a 6-month period where they may have you under review or I forget the word, but it's basically like is it a prohibition? No. I'm not sure what the word is. I'm totally messing it up, but it's basically for 6 months where they kind of see how you're doing, see how you're fitting into the environment, and see what your abilities are, and if you really are worth giving more money to. They're basically going to evaluate your progress, and it looks like in 6 months you may even get a pay increase from when you first started. Because you're essentially going to be looking far more, what's the word, advance in your department, okay? Yeah. So I definitely think that the beginning is going to be a little bit wonky, but give it a good 6 months and you're going to see that you are going to be far more comfortable and stable and in a much, much better place than you are right now. So pile A, I am just going to go ahead and wrap it up there for you, my amazing Virgos out there. I hope that some of this made sense to you. Please let me know. Comment below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. Share these videos just to help me out if you can. But in all sincerity, Pile A, I do wish you the best. I can totally understand what it's like to have your life be an upheaval because unfortunately in this life we do need financial stability and consistency to be able to have a comforting life. Even though money isn't everything, it is certainly what gives us the roof over our head and the food on our table, and I can understand how important that is and how difficult it can be to have to start over to make that happen in your life. So I do wish you the best. And with that said, I am moving on to Pile B. Thank you for stopping by, and I will catch you on the next one. Hello and welcome to all of my Pile B Virgos out there. We're going to go ahead and dive right into it, take a look and see what it is that you need to hear whenever it is that you come across this reading. Okay, so let's just get into it. We're going to start with the tarot here. We have the Queen of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, and the Ace of Swords, and then we had an extra card for you, Virgo, Pile B, which is the Knight of Swords. Okay, so, or I'm sorry, the Knight of Cups. Okay, so let me gather the energy here because this one's a little bit, it's not as straightforward as Pile A. This feels like there's a little bit of back and forth energy. Let me adjust my camera here. Okay. Yeah, it feels like there's some back and forth energy happening here. Yeah. It feels like somebody is feeling like they're being swindled or like something may be too good to be true, okay? It's like you're having high hopes. Okay. I'm saying like maybe you're thinking or praying that you might be able to buy a house, okay, but you may be swindled or somebody may have pulled one over on you. I know right now that with the whole house marketing situation, people are kind of, for a moment, they're outbidding each other. It looks like it may be slowing down at the moment. I'm not quite sure when you're going to get to watch this reading, but I think that maybe somebody outbid you or something happened along the lines with a home. But that could be one scenario. This is why I wanted to gather the energy because that was instantly what I got, but it feels like something else is going on here. It's either you're trying to strategize and come up with a plan to, you know, sway someone into making a decision here. I'm getting this home scenario because of the 10 of Pentacles. But also I think that you're kind of trying to sneak your way into something here, okay? I don't want to use the word manipulate, but the 5 of Swords is there. So I think that you're trying to work something or do something to maybe play your cards right so that a situation can literally work out in your favor. And it seems like you're being very, very sharp-minded here, very strategic. It seems like you're trying to charm the socks off someone and really trying to prove to someone that you are, I want to say, emotionally invested, or that you are being very sincere or passionate about this, okay? I feel you having the need to convince someone of something. I'm going to pull more of the tarot here so I can get a more detailed answer, but there's something about, ooh, look, we have the Knight of Cups twice. I did mention charm someone's socks off. Is this somebody trying to do this to you, Pile A? Oh, 3 of Cups under the 5 of Swords. And the Moon, yeah. Okay. Okay, this is why I got somebody trying to like one up you on something or like swindle you in or out of something. Okay, if this is not you per se, where you're trying to, I was picking up you as the Queen of Cups here. I know that she is a water sign, but we are reading tarot for the energy, not for the signs, right? That's why this is a Virgo reading. Anyway, so my point is that I'm seeing here that you're trying to convince someone of your worth, and they're over there trying to one up you, or maybe you're aware that you were trying to prove to someone your worth and they ended up one upping you or putting you in a third party situation. We have the Three of Cups, we have the Moon, we have the Ace of Swords, which is the truth coming out. We have the Knight of Cups twice, which is a charmer. He can be emotionally manipulative. He can be very witty. He can be very sneaky at times. Okay, we do love the Knight of Cups, but he also has a shadow side. And the shadow side is being very emphasized with the Five of Swords, the Moon, and of course, the Knight of Cups showing up twice. So I feel like somebody was probably already in a committed connection here with the Ten of Pentacles. They try to convince you of otherwise, or maybe you were in a very long-term connection and this person tried to play you and you basically caught them red-handed. With the Ace of Swords and the Moon, the truth came to light. Okay, there is a truth. There is something that you had a big intuition about with the Queen of Cups here. There is this big inkling like somebody's trying to finagle me, somebody's trying to one up me, somebody's trying to do something here that does not feel right. Something feels a little off, and I feel like somebody was trying to charm you. I'm going to pull these romance cards because I'm very curious to see. Yeah, okay, somebody's a flirt, the one. Okay, see, ay, ay, ay. So I feel like you really thought somebody could be the one with the Ten of Pentacles, and this could be the one. I think that you were really banking on the fact that this person could certainly be different and unique and could give you that stability or that long-term connection that you've been seeking, but they've actually turned out to be quite the flirt, quite the opposite, quite manipulative, quite sneaky, you know, constantly talking their way out of, you know, lies or any questions that you may ask them. They somehow know how to work their way through the question so that they don't have a straight up answer for you or a direct response. And I think you're trying to really figure this person out, and you intuitively know that this person is a little off. They're not all there. No need to worry. And within the next few weeks. Okay, so here's what I'm getting with no need to worry. Yes, you are being paranoid about this person. Like, are they real? What's going on? Okay, well, everything kind of played out within a few weeks and you've come to realize the person's true colors. I think that because you know exactly where you stand and you're really good at intuitively figuring out a person and reading their character and who they are, I think that this may fall off or away within the next few weeks, okay? I don't think that you need to worry too much about this person because you're not going to be as invested into them as you're feeling like you are right now. I think once you really see the truth about this person, it's going to instantly change your mind and your feelings, and your attention is going to be directed elsewhere instantly, okay? And I do mean instantly. Yeah, dang pile B, yours was very, I had to keep digging in the cards to kind of read the story here. But I really had to lay all the cards out to really get the story here. So that tells me that this person is really trying to be sneaky, but I think that there's something that will be coming to light, okay? I think that this person, if there is a situation that you need to be aware of, even though it may not be coming out of the horse's mouth. You may somehow see something, hear something. It may be a post online. It may be a text message. There's something that happens where you are then put in a place where you know where you stand. You understand the person, the situation, exactly how it is, and you will be walking away. Okay, you're going to be getting yourself out of this. It could possibly be a situation where maybe you read the person wrong, and then things kind of play out where now it's like, okay, I get it, I understand like why you acted that way, or why you said that, or why you didn't want me to know. Maybe this person is like trying to not disclose everything to protect themselves. Maybe they have a family with the Ten of Pentacles or children. But if that is the scenario, I think that again within the next few weeks there's going to be some sort of evidence. I want to say evidence. Evidence is literally screaming in my brain. So there's evidence that will prove to you where you stand and what the situation really is, and why this person is trying to kind of sneak around or pull one over on you, or trying to be, I don't know, very just mysterious about something. So it makes you a little bit freaked out. It's making you a little nervous here. Okay, it's making you a little nervous with the Ace of, with the Moon and the Queen of Cups. So it's making you nervous. It's making you stay in your feelings. It's making you think a lot, doubt yourself a lot. With the Ace of Swords over there, there's a lot of thoughts happening, and very fast, very quick thoughts. And especially with the Five of Swords, it's kind of like, okay, am I being tricked? Am I getting manipulated? Am I getting played? Like, what is happening? Things will be exposed and come into light. There may be, again, a conversation that you hear with that Ace of Swords and the Five of Swords. There may be, if not gossip, there will be some sort of disclosure that will happen that will, again, I'm hearing evidence, evidence, evidence. So it could be a text message. It could be a post online that you see in any social media. It could be as, I don't know, as crazy as an email even. But there's something that is put right in your face that makes you realize exactly what the situation is and what is going on. Okay. Trying to see if there's anything else that I'm getting for you, Pile B, but that seems to be like the very exact story that keeps wanting to come through. Again, I keep getting told evidence. I'm not sure what that may mean to you, but I think that you want somebody to either prove it, show me what you're made of, put your money where your mouth is. You want the evidence, you want the proof. You want somebody to prove themselves for what they really are. If you really do care, show it. If you really are not lying, prove it. If you really are divorced, show it. Show me the divorce papers. Like, tell me what is going on here. I just feel like there's something about evidence that you really want to know. Maybe you're trying so desperately to prove if this person is the one. Maybe you're trying so desperately to get evidence and to prove to yourself that this connection is real and it's not just, something that you made up in your head. You keep going over and over and over again with this situation. It could be somebody who's very flirtatious and cute and charming that you're just like, are you a player? Is this a player? I don't understand. Again, am I being swindled? Am I being finagled here? Finagled? I don't even know if that's a word. Is that a word? It's a funny word. Yeah, I'm getting this very intense feeling that you want proof. But more than anything, I'm getting that there's a situation that's going to surface and come to the light. There's this big secret. There's this evidence that's going to come and show you exactly what it is that you need to bring you peace of mind, because you will not rest until you get it. But the thing is, you kind of have to drop it until you're meant to hear what you're meant to hear. I always feel like Whenever somebody is intended to know something, whether it be good or bad, whatever it is, even sometimes when it's, rumors about yourself, um, when you're meant to hear it, you will, okay? You will. And sometimes you're not meant to hear things at all. So, this evidence that you're seeking, this proof that you're really trying to dig and dig and dig and dig to get, it'll come to you when you're supposed to hear it. I think maybe if you dig too much and hear it too soon, it may affect you in a way that you may not like. So I feel like you need to let things play out within the next few weeks so that you get exactly what it is that you need to get out of this particular person or situation. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I'm going to move this over here because it keeps falling. Let's see what else we got. I'm just going to dig in here. Okay, let's see. What do we got? Okay, let's see what it is you need to know here with these messages for you, pile B. We have the little satellite. We have the mid-cart train, okay? We have the astronaut. The astronaut came out in pile A. And we have Neptune, okay? Uranus came out as well as Mercury. Okay, so again, with Mercury coming through here, I'm seeing some sort of like post online, something where an email, conversation, text, something is going to be revealed to you in that way. You may see something that may take this this sense of self-doubt that you have going on, or all of these nerves. It may just calm your nerves, or again make you realize exactly where you stand in this particular situation. Okay, I think that right now with Neptune, this is also very dreamy energy. This is very, with the moon and Neptune, it's like pay attention to your dreams and what it is that you may see. Okay, but yeah, this is very dreamy energy. This is kind of like a la-di-da energy. Okay, I don't know why I keep thinking of the Knight of Cups with Neptune energy. It's typically like the Hangman that's related to Neptune energy. But I'm also hearing Pisces. I don't know why. I just heard Pisces. I just heard the Hangman, and I just heard the Moon. So what that's telling me is that you are in your head a lot about the situation. You're daydreaming a lot about the scenario. You're obsessing over this. You're constantly trying to figure it out. You're fantasizing something. It's almost like you're draining yourself mentally over something, or making up scenarios that may not necessarily be true. Okay, with Uranus here, it looks like things that are very unexpected are more than likely to happen here. Okay, so you got to prepare yourself. Again, when you're digging and digging and digging for an answer, sometimes you're going to get the answer you don't want to hear. So you really have to prepare yourself for the unexpected and for hearing something that you may not like. Okay, pile B. So if you're willing and ready to mentally, take it, then I would say keep digging. But until then, I really think, and Spirit is really urging you to allow things to kind of fall into place and fall in line. And again, the information that you are intended and meant to hear will always come through to you at the right time. And it's typically when Spirit knows that you are in a place where you need to hear it. Sometimes it's not the greatest place, sometimes it is, but in this case, in this situation, I'm picking up that you need to not dig so much for those answers and allow them to kind of come to you, and for you to discover them when they are intended to. because somehow it may mess up something that is in the works, okay? Something that is happening that you may not be aware of, or that you aren't really supposed to know just quite yet, okay? And then this little train here, this little train cart, it is the mid cart. So it is getting pulled on either side, as you see in the back and in the front. So this is letting me know that you feel very stuck, you feel very trapped, you feel in the middle of a situation, you feel, again, in the middle. So I don't know if somebody is splitting up with another person and you happen to be that one person who is, you know, waiting for this person to split up with their partner, or what it is, but it feels like a very stuck or trapped energy. It feels like you're not really carrying any weight, but you're just kind of dragging along, because that's what the mid cart does, right? It just kind of carries along. It doesn't pull the weight, and it's not in the very back trying to, you know, hold on for dear life. It is in the middle. So it is getting pulled and dragged into, maybe even getting pulled and dragged into drama that you don't want to be a part of. But again, I don't think that you should be dragging for evidence or trying to. Is somebody trying to prove something about you? Is that what they're digging for? Evidence on you? And maybe you're getting dragged into drama. That could also be the case as well. I just kind of got hit with that scenario with what I was just saying. But here's my little space cadet. Here's my astronaut, okay? And the astronaut is definitely kind of like Neptune energy, very fantasy, very dreamy, very all over the place, right? So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of scenarios going on in your mind that you really need to set yourself free from, and you need to really let things kind of fall in line, okay? With this satellite, you're going to receive that reception. You're going to get that signal. You're going to get that message, okay, when you're meant to get it, okay? It feels like maybe you feel like your intuition is a little off, or you feel like, again, that self-doubt, that double guessing, that second guessing yourself. You're kind of questioning a lot right now, and you kind of need to let everything kind of fall into place. And I think that you're meant to hear what you're meant to hear when you're meant to hear it. And I know that's really annoying and cheesy, but in this situation, it feels very right to not force anything, okay? We have S, we have T, we have U, we have Q, we have D, we have X, ooh, Y, R, and K. Is there an X trying to come back? Because we don't like those. We don't like X. I'm seeing the word stud here. Yeah, so I think you may be dealing with somebody who's very charming, very good looking, very attractive, easily manipulative because they can get whatever they want. They act a certain way or carry themselves a certain way. We also have, I'm getting like DQ, like Dairy Queen. I don't know if any of you are eating ice cream, but I just got that with the D and the Q there. What else am I seeing? So also student is coming to me. Okay, so this may be a situation at school as well with student. What else? What else am I getting? I don't know why I'm getting the word dirty, but D, T, and R, I'm getting the word dirty. Study, like, yeah, you're really trying to study and really read this person and really study the situation and the scenario and going over and over in your head, like, what is going on? Where do I stand? You're really trying to figure something out here. And you're trying to dig deeply, a little too deep here. Q, we may have some LGBTQ community people here. Hello and welcome, you lovelies. And what else do we have? We have R and Y. So I'm getting like ray, like a little ray of sunshine. What else am I getting? I'm getting the name Todd. I'm also getting the word tutor, study, tutor. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like you're trying to really read someone here. You're really trying to figure this situation out here on your own. But I think that you need to give it a rest. Yeah, I'm also getting the word rest. R-S-N-T. That reminds me of rest. Okay. Um, I'm also getting the name Kristen with a K, R-T-N-S. Kristen. Also the name Drake with the D-R and the K. What else am I seeing? I'm also getting the like tux, like tuxedo. Um, Maybe this person looks really good in a tuxedo. I don't know. Maybe you do. Maybe you look like a stud in a tux. What else am I getting here? I'm also getting the name Rudy. I'm getting the name Rudy with the R and the U-D-Y, Rudy. I'm also getting the name Tristan. Also trick, like somebody's trying to trick somebody with the T-R and the K. What else am I getting? I'm also getting dirt. Dirt. Did I say dirty earlier? Like dirt. Somebody's trying to get the dirt on you, or you're trying to get the dirt on someone. Rude. I'm also getting rude. R-U-D, and we're missing the E. Rude. I'm also getting rude here. And sure. You want to be very sure of what's happening. You want to be sure of yourself, right? You want to be very sure. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to leave it at that for the letters, but you guys can go ahead and see if you find anything else there. I'm just going to wrap it up with some dice read here. Let's see what other final messages need to come through for my pile B Virgos. We have 2 and 4. Okay, so 2 and 4. Right now, what you are currently looking for is a connection or a relationship. And you don't want just any kind of relationship. You want something that's going to be not only long-term, but stable, honest, and secure. And you want loyalty, okay? I think that before, maybe with the 3 of Cups, you may have had some fun in the past. You may have explored your options with the 5 of Swords, even played the field, okay? And of course, now that you've kind of gone through all of that, you've gone through the crazy upheavals of, the dating life out there with Uranus and Mercury, you've gone through it all. You've literally dated and had, the ups, the downs, all of that. And now what you want is something that's going to be honest, stable, secure, long-term, and consistent, okay? And I think that you are trying to strive for that so badly in this very situation that you are in, that you are, literally looking at the entire picture and trying to literally see what is happening. You're literally stripping it down. You're really trying to study it. You're really trying to read the situation. You're really trying to dig so deeply into it because you are afraid of getting involved in another situation where, again, you're just either the side piece or you're, just like the F buddy, or you literally aren't going to be taken seriously and valued as you wish to be. Okay, so I think that first of all, 2 and 4, that's 6. So I believe that in about 6 months, you're going to be in something that's going to be a little more stable. You're going to maybe meet someone new or be introduced to someone, or maybe even get involved with this person if it is something where they kind of have to part ways with a particular scenario, or they are then revealing the truth, or you finally get the evidence of what you need. I believe that things will unfold in about 6 months for you, okay? And that is when you can begin to feel the stability and consistency of a true connection and a relationship, okay? Whatever your scenario may be, a new person, this current person, Or if if it happens to be somebody that that you know already, and then it falls into place where you guys are now together. It may even be a friend in your surroundings right now, and it may not be the person that you are currently involved with, but it could just be somebody that is in your environment that you happen to know, and you don't see each other that way, and it kind of falls into place that way. But I do see then in about 6 months, you're going to be in something where you are taken more seriously, and you're going to have a very strong foundation with this person, okay? It's going to feel very grounded, it's going to feel really real, and it's going to feel right, okay? 24 may be an age of significance, or 42. Also the number 6. What else am I seeing here? Yeah, I think like 2 people that are involved, okay? Yeah, so this is what I'm seeing. For sure 6, okay? For sure I'm seeing 6 months, and then there's going to be this very strong connection that's going to develop into something long term, maybe even moving in. Possibly, but I don't see it happening super fast. I do see it taking time. Okay, I see it happening through time, and you having to let it kind of again fall into place. Okay, and I think that you're fantasizing a lot about this right now. I think that you're in the clouds about maybe seeing this person and thinking, I'm really seeing this person as someone who I would want to be with long term, and I'm afraid that they may not be taking me seriously, that they may not see me like I see them. I am afraid of them being involved with this other person, saying they're separating, but then they don't separate. I'm afraid of this getting messy. All of this stuff that you're going through in your mind has to be cleared the F out. You have to literally clear it out, Pile B, because within the next 6 months or so, you are for sure going to be in something stable and secure, but you need to stop obsessing over it, and you need to stop holding on to the result or to having the answer of what is happening. Okay, you need to let it go. You gotta let it go, and you gotta let things kind of fall in line. It's almost like I'm getting a control freak energy here that needs to be removed, and you definitely need to detach so that at one point or another you can meet the one, okay? But other than that, I do see that there is this very specific relationship that is going to be very substantial and very important in your life. Okay, so give it anywhere from 4 to 6 months. Yeah. Okay, Pile B, I am going to go ahead and wrap it up just right there for you. I hope that some of this did make sense. Please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Thank you for stopping by, and I will catch you on the next one. Hello and welcome to all of you lovely Virgos out there who chose Pile C. We're going to go ahead and dive right into it and take a look and see what it is that you need to hear whenever it is that you come across this reading. Okay, so we have the Knight of Swords, the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Swords, oh my goodness, and the Ten of Cups. Okay, so Virgos, I have no clue what it is that's going on with all 3 piles, but there have been some very heavy scenarios in all 3 of the piles. So I want to give a big hug to each and every single one of you Virgos out there, because it seems like from the past 2 readings, you guys are definitely going through it. Okay, so with this, so far what I'm seeing is that there is a liar, liar, pants on fire. Okay, there was an actual and blatant lie out there. There was someone who literally, if not caused a big rumor to spread about you, there may have been someone who may have backstabbed you in some sort of way, somebody who mistreated you, somebody who either took advantage of you or took you for granted. Okay, This could be someone who was looking out for options and may have gotten, caught up in chaos, and they may even blame it on whatever substance they may have been on that led to them either betraying you or cheating on you or whatever it is. But it seems like there was something that happened that made you basically feel betrayed or misled or lied to, okay? And it's definitely someone who had played with your emotions, okay? We have the Seven of Cups here, and then we have the we have the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Cups. And between the two, we have the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords. So very, very heavy energy, very messy energy, somebody who was trying to basically make everything work to their benefit with the Knight of Swords here, make sure that things were happening their way, cutting out people unexpectedly. And I feel like this person may not have just done this to you, but others as well. There were definitely other people involved in this situation, so you may have either gotten ghosted or this person tends to do this to many, not just you. It's kind of their game or how they are. It's just their character, which is really sad and messed up to say. But it feels like they really were out for themselves and really had no remorse for what they did. I feel like they're nowhere to be seen or found at this moment, nowhere to be held accountable for their actions. And it feels like you're the one who's literally sitting there with all of this mess, trying to clean it up yourself, trying to put yourself back together, trying to get your life back in order, trying to make of it whatever it is that had happened, trying to better yourself and your situation. You're trying to really work on forgetting what had happened, but it seems like it keeps trickling on over into your mind some way, somehow, and it kind of makes you feel disappointed, confused, a little lost, abandoned, like you were a fool to have been played. Okay, I feel like you feel like you're a very smart person. You have everything together. Everything is in line. You are not only a great catch, but also you are someone who is smart enough to see when you're being, swindled or misled. And in this case, you didn't see it coming. And it's almost sad to say that you can't believe yourself for falling for it. But I really believe that you shouldn't be that hard on yourself. Okay, Pilesi, you shouldn't be that hard on yourself. You shouldn't feel at fault or like you could have done anything different. This person is this person, and they were going to do what they were going to do regardless of you, your value, and your worth. It's not about that. It's about this person and how unworthy they are of you. Okay, so I'm sorry that you're going through this, Pile C. I'm sorry that you feel like crap because of someone else's actions and them not being able to hold themselves accountable or to even come back and apologize, but to just run away. It's almost like, starting a wildfire in the forest, running away, driving off, and seeing it on the news and never getting caught, right? And people are just like, how did it start? How did it happen? It affected so many, not only wildlife, but it spread like crazy and turned out to be a bigger, mishap than expected. Okay, and this person is unknown to anyone. The person who started it, who caused it, and they're getting basically away with murder. And it sucks to have to be the one to heal yourself and recover after a betrayal, and not being able to see somebody be punished for their actions. It's really hard, and it's a very, very big low blow. Okay, Pile C. We have let go. Wow. Look for a sign. Remain positive. Okay, Pile C, I swear to you, I shuffle these cards. I really do. So I love that they always just kind of fall in line with the scenario here. you definitely have to let go with feeling like you want to make sure this person gets what they deserve. You want to make sure that this person, has this done to them. I hope karma gets them back. A lot of resentful energy towards this person is not going to allow you to have the freedom in yourself to heal and to surpass this. It's not going to be easy, obviously, and it's a big hit below the belt that is very hard to recover from. But it is something that you have to literally grab yourself with every single bit of your dignity, pull it all together, and put your head up high, chin up high, and just realize that they are not worth your tears. They are not worth your mind power, okay? To use your brain power to dwell and think of, scenarios of what this person deserves, it's not going to allow you to expand your mind and to grow as a person and as a being in the direction that you would want. Don't ever seek out revenge. Don't ever seek out, wishing anyone the worst. Just remember that life will always balance things out as it should. And even though you may not be aware of this person getting what they deserve, it will happen. It just will not be when you say or how you say or in your presence. You will not be there to see it happen or to watch when it does, because it's not up to you. You are not the universe. You are not the divine. You are not God. Let them take care of what needs to be taken care of when it should be taken care of. And let me tell you, these people always get what's coming to them, if not tomorrow, if in 10 years. It's always when they least expect it and where it hurts the most. And you don't have to worry about that. Let the universe worry about that while you yourself feel your best and really try to get a hold of yourself and literally dust yourself off and try again. I really feel like this is a time for you to use all of that anger and frustration to dive into something that's going to make you feel a lot more strong and stable and secure and almost like you're accomplishing something, okay? If this means with the 10 of Cups, giving yourself not just self-love in the sense of like, I deserve better and I love myself and I'm a queen or I'm a king and, I'm the best and I deserve the best, not just in that sense, but I feel like this is more of like pampering yourself and giving yourself the opportunity to get the massage to release the tension in your back, okay, or in your shoulders from the overwhelming stress and the anxiety that's been consuming you and eating you up alive, right? Getting that facial so that you're not only getting relaxation, but also bettering yourself physically and feeling and looking better. Doing anything that can help you from the inside out. If it even means diving into creative endeavors, then so be it. Okay, but this is something where you shouldn't just dive, deep into work and become stiff and a robot and numb yourself out by becoming a workaholic to move on or to forget what's going on, because that's only going to suppress your emotions and it's not going to allow them to flow out of you and purge and to let yourself be relieved from this. I do believe that a sound bath would be amazing for you. Sound baths can be so healing, especially when you allow them to help you purge whatever it is that you're feeling inside. I have literally gone to sound baths and bawled my little eyes out for the entirety of the session. I also did a lot of bowl healing and a lot of sound bath healing. I would go constantly. I did it for a month, twice a week, and it was literally the most amazing thing that I could have done for myself. I definitely purged a lot. I definitely released a lot, and I feel like that's what you need to do to be able to physically let go of this person, because getting it out of your feelings and all of that internal junk and completely detoxing from it can then allow you to feel lighter and maybe even less back pain, less stomach aches, less headaches, less stress, less depression. It can allow the energy to move freely in your body so that you can then be occupied with much more better things for you that are healthier. So again, creative endeavors that can help you kind of free your mind and keep you in the present moment and not so focused in the past and in the anger and resentment that you may be feeling at this time, okay? Let's see what else we have here. I usually want to pull the tarot first, but in your case, I want to see what's going on here. Look at that, past life, relationship, and deception. Yeah, see, oh my gosh, I swear to you, I shuffle these. This is insane that things are literally falling in line with what I am saying. The cards do not lie, okay? The cards literally always tell it all. So again, this past connection where there was this deception, where there was this betrayal is consuming you, and it's basically taking over you to the point where you feel again at fault. You feel like if you only had a sign, if you only had known, if there was only something that, you could have done different, if you would have known from the beginning, if you could have done XYZ, if, no more ifs. Okay, it's time to really release that and realize that it's nothing to do with you and what you did. It's the fact that this person has a sense of character that is not even compared to you, okay? That you are not on the same level as this person, and it is very apparent, okay? This person is literally just another piece of gum on the sole of your shoe. They stuck around for a little bit, and as soon as you're able to completely wipe it off and wear it off, you are now working with clean soles and you can move on walking or going on your jog, okay? This person is not worth sticking to or keeping around or dwelling on or over, okay? They may have been everything on the outside that you thought. They may have, lured you into believing that they were someone of value and worth keeping around, or maybe they seem that way to society, right? Maybe they have it all going on from the outside. Maybe they are that person that has the car, the job, the looks, the style, the lifestyle, the social status. Everything seems to fall in line with amazing and complete, greatness, but again, they're completely ugly on the inside, and they're sneaky and lying, conniving people who don't ever want to be held accountable for their actions. They have a big ego. They're very arrogant. They're very selfish and vain, and there's so much more to it that is not worth having in your life. Why would you want to be with someone who, in a sense, would be a Monet, right? From far away, it's beautiful, but up close, it's a big old mess, right? Why would you want that when you can have something far better, okay? I mean, I guess Monet is valuable, but the point isn't that. The point is that something that seems to be not all that glitters is gold. So something that seems to be out of this world, amazing and incredible, to the T, everything you ever wanted. And then when it turns out to be the worst and biggest mistake you ever made, you tend to take it personally and as if you again, are unworthy, or you again messed up, or you fell for it, or you, didn't see it coming, or again, if you only did things differently. That's not going to change anything that happened, and it's certainly not going to change this person. Nothing that you say or do will make this person feel any kind of apologetic or even be worthy of your time and day. Or, okay, they're just not worth it. They're not worth working things out with. If they're going to be able to hurt you this bad and just straight up leave you and abandon you and not even apologize for it, why would they be worth your energy to dwell over? They're absolutely not. I think you're worth far more than that. And I think that turning that energy into something progressive in your life, that isn't, to numb you, but to allow you to expand and grow in any kind of way that you possibly can, would be the healthiest direction to go. Okay. And I'm saying that because it says right here to remain positive with the 10 of Cups. So I don't think that it's quite over for you, Pile C. I do believe it is definitely over with this person though, okay? Look at that. We have the Ace of Cups, we have the Chariot, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. So look at that. Once you move into self-fulfillment, once you move into self-gratification, into self-love, then you're able to actually channel through that energy and move in a direction with the Chariot here that is going to give you consistency, progress, that's going to have results with the Eight of Pentacles, something that's going to be worth working on and valuable and successful, and then give you opportunities where now you have to make a choice what direction to go into with the Two of Wands, right? Things are going to flow in line. Now, again, I did get that scenario earlier where I feel like you're going to try and dive yourself deep into work to numb yourself out with that Eight of Pentacles and the Chariot. I don't think that that is the healthy direction or route to take, Pile C. I do believe that it is far, far better for you to reflect and not obsess or think about this as much, but look at your options. Look outside of this with the Two of Wands. Look outside of this scenario and see what other direction you can take that would be more beneficial to you emotionally, okay? And financially, it seems like you're going to be fine. The stability is going to be there with the Eight of Pentacles. Maybe that's when you feel like you think of this person the most, or this situation, and maybe you're trying to drown it out, but you can't because you just somehow come back to it when you're working. But don't ever numb yourself with substances or heavy actions to be able to surpass a very trying emotional time in your life, because it doesn't really progress your emotional stability. If anything, it completely digresses that emotional stability. It turns it into then enabling yourself to heal, and you begin to suppress. And one day out of nowhere, you're going to blow up, or you're just not going to be able to handle even the mundane, or waking up in the morning. It's not going to feel the same. It's not. So there's something about you having to make sure that you take care of yourself, and that you're very gentle with yourself and very kind with yourself, taking it one step at a time, slowly, not rushing into healing, but certainly rushing into something new and exciting that will allow you to release and purge all of these harsh energies that are kind of stuck in you right now, as well as these thoughts. I think that's the most important thing here, and that's going to give you options and maybe even direction, so you know exactly what's next or what steps to take that are going to be very beneficial for you. Okay, Pile C. I certainly see that with the Two of Wands, that there is this like crossroads moment of like, well, what now? What next? Like, now I'm fearful to even make a decision or a choice because of my past experience. But in fact, that isn't how you should look at it. I think you should look at this next phase as an adventure, and the realization that there's an opportunity to move into an unknown future, and look at it as a positive thing and not a negative thing. Now, in this situation, you do want to see that you have more than enough out there waiting for you. You got to claim it, you got to own it, you got to go for it, and you got to release whatever is keeping you trapped or holding you back, and making you feel like, well, now I don't have options, or now I'm stuck at this crossroad because I'm afraid of what's next after my mistake from the past. You can't let your past define you. You really cannot. If anyone ever did, we'd all be toddlers, completely immature and naive, right? But at one point or another, people grow and they learn, or at least I hope so. I know that there's still some adults out there that are acting like toddlers, like this person that you had to deal with, unfortunately. But don't let that be you. Don't let that be you. Don't let your past numb you, define you, or stop you, okay? It is where it's meant to be in the past, and now you are where you're meant to be in the present. So let's look at the future with excitement, because with the Chariot and the Ace of Cups, there is so much more potential out there that you are completely unaware of that is literally waiting for you. So claim it, pile C. C is for claim it. Okay, that's what C is for. All right, my Virgos. So let's pull out some charms to see what else I can get here for you guys. Neptune wanted to fall out, so I'm going to take it. Oh, something fell. Oh no. My dragonfly broke. Okay, so my little dragonfly broke. I will put it together and pick it up in a moment. It's on the ground, but we have half of the wing here. The dragonfly did come out earlier in the reading, but the fact that it's broken is letting me know just how broken you feel, and just how brokenhearted you feel and you are at this moment in time, how lost in your thoughts you are with Neptune, how you keep fantasizing and wishing that things would have been different or gone different with this person, almost like you had this completely different image of this person in your mind, this fantasy of who the potential of what you guys could have had and who you guys could have been together and the things you could have done. I see you fantasizing and trying so hard to really wish that this could have worked out, but I think the fact with past life relationship here, I think the fact that this connection was actually intended for you two to experience, I think that keeps you very stuck in it and attached to it, because there is some sort of karmic debt that needed to be satisfied or fulfilled from either party in this connection. But unfortunately, that's life, and having to navigate through those karmic lessons is what I don't want to say what defines us, but it's certainly what allows us to grow as people and to really learn our self-empowerment and to give you a platform to really be able to allow yourself to become the best version of you internally that you could possibly be, and eventually be recognized for it, and eventually be respected for it, and eventually be acknowledged for it. Okay, with the turtle here, it's all about wisdom. Okay, it's all about knowledge. Turtles can live for hundreds and hundreds of years. Okay, at least sea turtles can. So with the turtle here, it's letting me know that you are a lot smarter than you're giving yourself credit for. You have a lot more wisdom. I feel like this past person was completely immature, and you constantly felt like you were either parenting them in an aspect. You felt like you were always the parent and they were always the child. Okay, it seems like you had far more life experience and knowledge than this person, which should make you realize how much further you can go with the Two of Wands and the Chariot than you're giving yourself credit here for. Okay, so I know that there's something in particular that you learned about yourself in this person because of this experience, and it may not be something that you're excited about or that you're too thrilled that you had to go through to gain this wisdom. But at the same time, again, with karmic debt, you kind of have to fulfill it whether you want to or not. Okay, so we do have a candle here, so it could have been a birthday of someone's recently, or this person's birthday could have been a significant, something very sad or dramatic, or something really interesting could have happened on someone's birthday. Hopefully this person didn't just ghost you on your birthday or something stupid like that, because that would have been really messed up. And if it did happen, I am so sorry, pile C. That is really effed up. Okay, but it could be your birthday coming up or this person's birthday. Okay, a birthday could be of significance. Also burning out. The candle is also a sign of burning out or feeling just burnt out, okay? Then we have the letters F, W, M, X, Q, H, D, and of course I added the letter C for pile C. So I'm hearing F him, okay, with the F, H, and the M. F him, okay. I'm also getting freedom with the F, D, and the M. So, you know, releasing yourself from this and finding your freedom, okay? And detaching. It's very important to let go, okay? It's very important to let go right now, just so that you can heal emotionally. What else am I getting here? I'm getting I'm getting the name Fred. I'm also getting the name Hannah. And I'm also getting the name Wendy, okay, with the W and the N, or I'm sorry, with the W and the D, Wendy. MX, there could have been a trip to Mexico, or this person could be from Mexico. That could be of significance. What else am I getting here? Yeah, X, definitely an X that broke your heart. Hurt. I'm getting the word hurt as well. Fake. I feel like you feel like this person was very fake, that they put on a show or a persona to make you feel like they really were in it for the long haul, and they turned out to be a fraud, a fake and a fraud. And they were only saying whatever they felt was what you wanted to hear and not what they actually felt. Okay. What else am I getting here? Dark. I'm also getting the word dark with the D there. So you're feeling very dark, very low. Okay. Oh my goodness. Pile C. I want to give you guys a hug. This is crappy. This is absolutely crappy. Crappy, right? C for crappy. What else? I'm getting New Hampshire. New Hampshire? Is that a state? New Hampshire? Am I saying that wrong? I feel like I am. Also Wyoming, with the W, and Denver, Colorado with the C and the D. And I'm also getting Idaho with the D and the H. Okay, so those could be places of significance. So I'm going to let you guys play with those letters and see if maybe you can make something else of them, okay, or something that may make a little more sense to you. Maybe these initials could be of significance, or your initials are here or theirs. Okay, let's see. I'm going to roll some dice to get some final messages for you, pile C. We have 3 and 4. Yeah, so having to be put in a third-party situation is not okay. Again, I feel like this person, this is actually what they do. This is normal for them. This is just another day in the life of their stupid game. For them, this is just a normal thing, okay? They place not only you but other people in situations that are uncomfortable and unnecessary, and it's just super disrespectful to think that you are entitled to have things go your way, to basically say, I can have my cake and eat it too, okay? Just literally feeling, you know, entitled, narcissistic, obsessive, vain, feeling like this person is just worthy of getting whatever they want, always getting who they want when they want. It's just this kind of stuff, it catches up to you sooner or later. And of course, these kind of people will never, ever make anybody aware of when it is that they will fall to their demise, okay? FD, fall to their demise, okay? they certainly will have whatever it is that they have coming to them. And again, it's going to happen when they least expect it and when it hurts them the most. But at one point or another, this kind of life situation will catch up. And it's always that player that at the end of the day is like, no, man, this is the girl that like is going to make me change my ways. This is the girl that I'm like ready to be with. I'm ready to commit to. This is the one. That's the one that ends up hurting them the most, who ends up doing exactly what they've been doing. It's usually that player or even that girl who thinks that she, whatever it is, it doesn't even matter. The person who feels like they're finally ready to settle down after being the heartbreaker for the longest time in their life and playing the field always ends up getting played when they actually want to settle down, and then they feel like they can just propel back into their old lifestyle as proof that they are how they are for a reason. And it justifies them acting the way they did, right? And that just makes it childish. And then they go into this vicious cycle of toxic traits that are very hard to get rid of, and they're just a big old mess, Pile C. You don't want to be with someone like that. You don't deserve that, and you don't need that, okay? With 3 and 4, this is letting me know that it's going to take baby steps, that things will eventually fall in line, but it's going to happen one step at a time, as it's supposed to, in order, in divine order with that, okay? But I think first you kind of need to get yourself together before, maybe stabilize yourself mentally and emotionally so that you can recover and get back to feeling like your normal self. I think once you are feeling like your normal self, then you're ready to put yourself out there with this 3 and begin to socialize and maybe even start dating. But I really do feel that for a while, you're going to kind of take yourself off of the shelf and not really put yourself out there so much. Really focus on you, your inner work, right? A lot of healing, a lot of taking care of you, yourself, and nothing and no one else for a while, okay? Again, just make sure that you're not diving deep into your work to numb yourself out. Please allow your mind to be freed by any kind of creative outlet. Listen to music, dance alone in your room with headphones, like allow yourself to move and flow and let this energy get out of you. Do whatever it is. Go on hikes, go for a run, work out, exercise. I know that people say that that isn't a form of therapy, but you need to move the energy out of your body. And being out in nature is a great way to do so. Going for walks, working out to relieve that energy. It's still a very healthy thing to do. Even if people don't see that as actual therapy, I think more people would want to go to a therapist for that. But if you can't afford that, because not anyone can, right? You want to make sure that you're able to do things that are going to allow you to energetically flow and release anything that may be stuck inside of you, okay? And one big thing would be hiking in nature, okay? So you can ground yourself and center yourself, going on runs, working out. If you can go to the beach, go to the beach. If, you can do anything where you're physically relieving yourself in a healthy way, do so, okay? Anything creative or expressive that allows you to, paint, draw, read books, anything to escape and do it in a healthy way that is self-gratifying and gives you a feeling of releasing not only endorphins, but also stress, to decompress. That makes you feel like a whole new and improved person once you've actually done this, okay? The number 34 could be an age of significance, or 43. There could have been an age gap between the two of you, okay? I'm also getting 7. 7 can also be a number of significance. What else? Yeah. Yeah, I think that pretty much wraps it for you, Pile C. So I'm just going to leave it at that. If you are going to have a birthday, I do wish you the happiest birthday, Pile C. I do wish you nothing but healing and the best wishes. I really wish I could give you a hug right now. I know that this kind of stuff it's easier said than done when somebody says, just focus on you and heal. You know, it almost makes you want to shrug your shoulders, roll your eyes, and punch a wall. Like, enough with that, right? But the truth is that we all go through this, and that's why you hear it over and over again, because it's very common. And it's something that everyone kind of has to deal with in their own way, on their own terms, and find whatever suits them best to really release this and purge this energy out of them to be able to move on and look past this and see future. So I do wish you the best, Pile C. I really know that you're worth more than this piece of crap made you feel, and you deserve the best, Pile C. You're beautiful inside and out. You have everything going for you no matter what anyone says, and I do wish you the best. Okay, Pile C. Thank you so much for checking out this pick a card reading. Comment below, let me know if any of this made sense. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will catch you on the next one.